I wanted to start with something that we alluded to last week.
Okay.
Because I felt it was very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me straighten my back.
This is crystal.
Okay.
It's not Fostoria, which is kind of the crystal of crystal. But this is crystal. This is a crystal fruit compote.
That's a compote? I thought
compote.
compote was what you put in pie.
No.
Okay.
This is a crystal fruit compote.
Okay.
With a silver band.
What makes it a compote versus another type of dish?
It's on a stand.
So is it the stand that makes it a compote?
Mm-hmm.
What about the stand?
It looks like a really large brandy snifter to me. Yeah.
No, it's a fruit compote. This is Francis the First.
Oh, sweet.
Now, I've neglected to get out. This is Reed and Barton. It's made by Reed and Barton. And the pattern, this pattern that you see here is Francis the First.
Okay.
Now, I also have Reed and Barton Burgundy, which is exactly like this, except for this part in the middle is gone. It's just flat silver.
It's just the design.
So Burgundy and Francis the First are the same, except Francis the First has this extra little detail right here. So my flatware is Burgundy, and my serving pieces are Francis the First. Just because I have this weird thing about, I don't like stuff to match. Like I would never go and buy like a love seat and a sofa and a chair and an ottoman that all matched.
Really?
I like stuff that coordinates,
Okay.
but I don't like stuff that matches. Like my glasses, my everyday glasses, they're not all the same. They're all different. But they're all stoneware. They're just all different.
When you go to the store to buy things, do you tell them, I would like to have a coordinating set of this versus a matching?
No, I just pick it out myself.
Okay. So you don't even go there. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now, the other question. When do you want me to be here for dinner?
I don't cook.
You don't cook? You cut all this stuff and you don't cook?
I do cook.
Okay.
I have never told you about my bean pot, have I?
No.
Okay. Lenny, do you cook?
No.
Okay. Because I know you're a vegetarian. But one of these days I'm going to get you to eat some bacon. Corinne Morrison, I'm going to call Corinne and get into that. Anyway, I bought this thing called a bean pot. Now, do you know what, what's that slow cooker thing called? A crock pot. You know what a crock pot is?
Yes.
Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Go ahead. I should have time for it. Because you can like just start it and then you're done and you just come back and it's made. Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm. But my problem with the crock pot, most things take between 6 and 8 hours. You dump everything in, you plug it in, turn it on, you come back 6 or 8 hours later and it's done. Okay, right? So that's a good plan, isn't it?
What about, you leave it on that whole time?
Yes.
Do you leave the house?
Yes.
Okay.
But see, that's exactly my problem.
I woke up this morning, there was a fire. Have you seen that
No.
video?
But if I leave my house at 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home till 6 o'clock at night,
That's
it's
12
charred.
hours. Oh.
It's a charred pot, not a crock pot. So this bean pot that I just got,
Okay.
I cook everything in this bean pot now. It's made out of clay, and then it's glazed, and it has a little lid on it. It looks like a little casserole dish.
Okay.
And it's the same theory as a crock pot, except you do it in the oven, and it only takes about 2 hours. And it's super, super moist. It's really easy. I made something the other night. It took me literally 30 seconds to mix it up. Put it in a cold oven, turn the oven on, boom, 2 hours later, you have dinner.
So that would be when you're not at work. That would, you would do that.
Correct.
So you would
like
not,
I can come in at 5 o'clock, throw something in the oven, at
And
7
be done.
o'clock I'm eating.
See, here's my problem with that, Robin Lee. When I come in at 5, I want to eat at 5:10 at the latest.
Uh-huh.
And I need something that's immediate.
Well, I tell you what I do. When you cook in the bean pot, it cooks A lot. I mean, it's not some big, huge turkey baster. It's, about 4 quarts. But it's enough for me to eat on all week. And it doesn't bother me to eat the same thing every day. So on Sundays or Mondays, I'll cook and then I just eat on it all week.
Theoretically, I really like that. And I tell myself I'm going to take similar actions. And it doesn't pan out. I have been known to refuse to cook a burrito in the microwave because it requires a flip after a minute. And then another minute. And
That's why you're so skinny. I don't know if you're skinny or lazy.
When it comes to food, I don't care. I just need some calories to keep me going. It's a drag to me. And the cooking thing, I actually had a very lovely dinner cooked for me the other night, and I was just blown away. And it had these chopped up vegetables and spices and things in it. I'm so intimidated by that.
Okay, let me just tell you about the chicken. Now, I know you don't eat meat. We don't need to hold that.
We could talk about it as if it were tofu.
Okay, well, here's what I did the other night that was really good.
Colored with a Sharpie marker.
Yes.
I took a couple of cans of that low sodium soup because I don't really like salt. Cream of potato. Dumped it in the bean pot. Then filled one of the cans with water. Dumped it in there. Took some frozen vegetables because those are the ones that actually have more nutrients and stuff in them.
I've heard
Even
that.
than fresh, actually.
Heard that.
And some, chicken that's already cooked, like a rotisserie chicken or something like that. You've boiled some chicken or something. Cut it up
Wait,
into
I have to ask because this is where I get tripped up. Did you go get the rotisserie chicken already rotisserized, or did you rotisserize
Well,
it?
I personally don't like the rotisserie chicken, so I just bought chicken and boiled it.
Okay.
And then I cut it up, mixed it with that other stuff in the bean pot, put some seasonings in there, put the lid on it, threw it in the oven, turned the oven on, baked it for about an hour and a half. Took it out, bought some of those yummy crescent rolls that you get.
Oh, yes, I do like crescent rolls.
Unroll those, lay them on the top all around, put it back in the oven without the lid on until the crescent rolls are done. Boom, chicken pot pie for like a week.
Wow.
I mean, it's easy. That's easier than getting a chicken pot pie down at the Bogro and stick it in the microwave, and it's a heck of a lot better.
I love that the Bogro sells chicken pot pie.
They do.
Robin Lee, I need to know about this process of cooking, these steps that you take. Do you enjoy those things?
No, not really, but there are places that I like to eat out, and there are certain places that I go and get certain things like, let's think, the bread pudding at Lillian's,
Yes.
which I'm obsessed with. But, it's really hard to eat healthy. And, I've lost like 120 pounds. So,
awesome.
although I'm not perfect about what I eat, I am always thinking about, are these good choices, And even if I eat a chicken pot pie that I've made, it's better than one that I get out of the freezer section. It's lower in sodium, and it's got vegetables in it that were frozen, which I think are higher in nutrients. And it's got fresh meat in it that I've cooked myself. So that's why I do it. I don't necessarily enjoy cooking, although I don't hate it. I don't spend a lot of time at it. That's what I love about this bean pot. Because you mix it in the pot. You don't have anything to clean up. You dump everything in the pot, and you stir it up, and you put it in the oven. You don't even have to preheat the oven. Put it in a cold oven and turn the oven on.
You said cold oven, and I didn't make the connection. I'll tell you, and that's a problem, because that preheating business, that cuts
That'll
into
wear a
my
girl out,
5
won't it?
o'clock to 5:10. It will wear a girl out. And plus, what is the timing? It's 7:47, and it seems to vary. And
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't have time to preheat the oven because I have things to do, and so that's why I end up
Lady,
with like
you need a
bag.
bean pot.
Maybe I need a bean pot. I had a crock pot. It's somewhere between here and Chicago. Oh, but I like the theory of cooking. I just don't care enough to do it, and I've tried. And my mom, we shouldn't go there. My mom just kind of said, enough. I was about 12 or 13, and we didn't compliment her on her cooking. We weren't appreciative, and she said, okay, let me show you how this works. Done. And then we ate out almost every single meal when I was in high school.
Now that will wear a girl out.
It does. Well, it does. But
I eat out a lot at lunch, and it does wear a girl out.
Well, I just get tired of trying to decide.
Yeah. Where to go, what to get. Except that, anytime I go to Lillian's, I know what I'm getting.
I meant to go to Lillian's this weekend. My sister was in town, and I didn't. I meant to take her because I'm hearing such good things about it, and I want to go. And I love bread pudding.
Okay, so do you remember what this is?
That's a serving spoon. It's Francis the First. If it had nothing in the center, it would be burgundy.
Yes, and I almost said Burgundy because I lived in New Orleans a long time.
Burgundy.
There's a street there that's called Burgundy, but it's really spelled Burgundy.
I like that. That's fancy.
I kind of like Burgundy because it makes people go, did
Yeah.
she just say Burgundy for Burgundy?
I got a speeding ticket in Decatur, Mississippi, which I thought was Decatur. I caught a lot of flack for that, and I thought I would much rather live in Decatur than Decatur. So sorry about the mispronunciation. All right, let me tell you if that thing is. That's compote.
It's a fruit compote.
Fruit compote, which some people put in pies. Although I got to say, now that I know that that's compote, I really don't think I'd enjoy a pie with that in it.
No.
It would be hard to eat.
Yes, it would. A little bit
And
crunchy.
if it goes bad, it can become fruit compost.
Yes, fruit compost. Compost. Compost piles are really popular. My sister has
I used to
one.
compost.
It's good.
I like making worms.